Good day, subscribers, and welcome to Momentum channel. My name is Mo, and in this video, we are going to provide another stock portfolio update into our Wealthsimple trade stock investing account. And in this video, I'm going to share my challenge on how I'm going to take my portfolio with stock market investing in Wealthsimple trade. This is the active portfolio they have, and take it from a $5,000 initial investment all the way to $250,000 investment. We're going to walk you through all our stock buys and sells during the past week, show you exactly what holdings we have in our stock portfolio, as well as any dividend income that we might have had over the past 1 week. So let's get into it. All right, so as you notice here, for our personal account, it's a non-registered account. The return over the past 1 week has been fairly stagnant. We haven't really gone up by much. The only thing is that we've added some funds into our account over the span of 1 week, but overall we've gone up by only $1.31 in terms of the growth in this portfolio. But let's take a look at the longer term and shorter term returns just to give you a little bit better picture. The last trading day return for us was up 1% or about $127. The past 1 month's return, this is the past 1 month since today's the last closing stock trade, we were fairly stagnant, but it was down by about $55. Past 3 months return has been showing 7%, and the past 1 year return is showing to be at 46% return. Not bad at all for a 1 year return. But let's get into our portfolio and walk you through specifically what holdings we have, how many shares we have, and what their overall return has been. I will later on walk you through exactly what stock purchases and exchange rate fund purchases we've had. But for now, let's just provide that high level overview. So we have 6 shares of Apple, and it is showing an all-time return of positive 3.44% return. We still maintain 2 shares of Blink, which is showing a 23.55% return. All right, moving on, let's take a look. We have 7 shares of Bristol Myers. It is showing a positive return of 21.33%. We also have 13 shares of Bank of Nova Scotia, showing a total return of 25.21%. 3 shares of Salesforce, showing a return of 3.64%. We have 9 shares of Corsair. It is showing a negative return of 12%. We've been adding to our exchange traded funds share with Emerge ARC FinTech Innovation ETF with ticker symbol EAFT. We currently have 6 shares of them, and it is showing a negative 1.68%. We have 16 shares of Emerge ARC Genomics and Biotech ETF. It is showing now a return of negative 1.73%. We have 23 shares of EARK, Emerge ARC Global Disruptive Innovation ETF. It is showing a negative return of 4%. Moving on, you could see that we have 4 shares of Gilead Sciences. It is showing a slightly positive return of 0.58%. Jet Global Crossing Airlines, 13 shares showing a return of negative 14%. The shares are quite cheap. Next, we have NLC or Neo Lithium Corporation, and we have 62 shares. It is showing a positive return of 10%. Pfizer is a pharmaceutical healthcare stock. We have 20 shares of them, and it's showing a return of positive 9.75%. Qualcomm, we have 8 shares. It is showing a positive return of 8.31%. Real Matters is one of those stocks that we've been continuously adding. Last week, we talked about how we've been buying the shares of Real Matters and how and why we think it is a good time to keep adding to our position. And now that the stock prices have not caught up, we are bullish about the future in terms of the real estate market, and companies such as Real Matters, we believe that can capitalize on that opportunity. We've made a video on that. If you're interested, check out that video to find out more about Real Matters company and what services they offer. Anyway, we have 128 shares of Real with ticker symbol REAL, traded on Toronto Stock Exchange. It is showing currently a return of negative 7.93%. Royalty Pharma, we have 29 shares, and it is showing a positive return of 6.89%. Royal Bank of Canada is another stock. It is one of the top Canadian banks. We have 5 shares of them, and it is showing a positive return of 17.36%. We have Toronto Dominion Bank, another Canadian bank. We have 6 shares for a positive return of 22.11%. Next, we have Vanguard FTSE Canadian Capped REIT Index ETF. We have 12 shares for a positive return of 7.53%. Verizon Communications is a US communication company. We have 10 shares of this with ticker symbol VZ, and it is showing a barely positive return of 0.91%. Next, we have two index funds, XDV, BlackRock Canada iShares Canadian Select Dividend Index ETF. We have 5 shares for a positive return of 17% plus. And lastly, we have XIT, or BlackRock Canada iShares S&P Toronto Stock Exchange Capped Information Tech Index. They have 12 shares of those, and it is showing a positive return of 4% at this time. All right, moving on, let's take a close look at our stock buys or purchases so far the past 1 week, and also take a look at our dividend income. All right, so if we look at our stock purchases or ETF purchases over the past 1 week, I'm just going to quickly walk you through it and show you also the purchase prices that we've had, as well as any sells. You notice that we've been adding to shares of EARK. We bought one at the price of $22. Real is the one that we've been continuously adding. We bought some for the price of $14.76, $14.65. We also bought a couple more at the price of $14.77. XDV, we bought one share here at the price of $27.20. XIT for the price of $45.35. A few more shares of Real at the prices that you see here on the screen. We added one share of EARK at the price of $21.75. Real, you notice we've been keep adding at different prices that you see here, including $15 range. EAGB, we picked up one share at the price of $24. EARK, we picked up one share at $22.08. EAGB, we picked one more at the price of $25.30. Moving on, a couple more of EAGB, EARK, and EFD at the price that you're seeing. We picked up a couple more of Real stocks at the price of $15.25. Definitely been heavily adding to our shares of Real to bring down our cost average and really taking advantage of the lower prices that it's being offered for at this time. A few more shares of Real, as you'd notice here, definitely buying into that more heavily. As you'd notice, 15.30 and 15.20, we pick a couple more shares there. Definitely adding as well to our shares of the Emerge ARC ETFs that we've had. We picked one share of VRE for the price of $32.07. And essentially, that kind of wraps up our stock purchases for the last week. We didn't sell any of our shares for the past week, and really heavily focused on the lower prices and the deals that we got to take advantage of in the stock market by buying more shares of the stocks and exchange rate funds that we have in our current portfolio. Now, in terms of our deposits as well as the dividend income that we've had in the past week, you'd notice we did deposit about $150 into our account, into our personal account, and we also had a dividend income on our personal account for the amount of $5.95 Canadian dollars, and this was gained from our shares that we have with Royalty Pharma. And that is one of our dividend-paying stocks that we have in our portfolio. That was the only dividend income that we had in the past week. There you have it, folks, a quick overview of our stock return over the past 1 week and our stock purchases and how our stock portfolio actually has grown over the past 1 week. I hope you found this bit beneficial and you gained something of value from it, especially the fact that we walk you through exactly what holdings we have and what have been our strategy in terms of dollar cost averaging into the stock market and buying and adding more shares of the current position that we have, taking advantage of the lower prices that we have so that we bring our cost basis down. Do you have any of these stocks or exchange traded funds in your own stock investing portfolio? I would love to hear from you, so be sure to let us know in the comment section down below. And if you gained something of value from this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from the video as well. It really helps the channel to grow and it would really mean a lot to us. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to Momentum channel As you saw here, we are posting these stock portfolio updates every week. But on top of that, we post various videos about the stock market, investing, finances, and financial freedom, which I'm hoping it is something that you're interested in and follow along in that journey here on Momentum channel. With that, thank you so much, guys, and I hope to see you next time.